What is going on, ladies and genitals? Welcome back to part 2 of my Xmas, my Christmas special. This is going to be the first of like 3 or 4 maps that I'm going to do for the Christmas holidays. I don't really know why I keep putting the music at the beginning and then at the end. If you don't like that, leave it in the comments. I just thought it added to the Christmas spirit, the old... I don't know. I'm getting lost on words. I keep trying to think of all these legit Christmas, like... sayings, you know, like ball humbug and like stuff like that, but when it comes down to crunch time, I always flop, I always fail, and it just escapes my mind, and I can never think about that. You know, if you've seen part 1 of this, you know this isn't a live com, this is just like a regular commentary. Next time I will do a live com. I will probably do some co-op, like I said, in part 1, as well as a Left 4 Dead map that I'm anxious as fuck to bring to you guys. But you know, this map was pretty simple. I pretty much just trained right here in this first area. You're going to see a lot of times where it looks like I should have been hit by zombies, but this is World at War, and like the zombies hit detection is about like Black Ops multiplayer hit detection. Like, you can be somewhere near them, but nowhere close, dude. It doesn't register, so you could literally just run through zombies, you know, and it's kind of funny. You know, when we used to play World at War zombies back in the day, you know, we thought that shiz was hard, dude, and now, like, when you go back to World at War Zombies and you realize how bad, like, the zombies hit detection was, it's just like, dude, how was I just not beasting these maps back in World at War days? But, you know, thanks to Syndicate and those guys that really started the zombie, like, thing on YouTube, we now know how to rape train, stuff like that, because I'll be honest, I didn't start the rape training because of Tom, but he definitely made it the most popular. I kind of evolved into my zombie ways just because it's what worked, you know. And I remember back in World at War days, you know, like on Darish, for example, stuff like that, I would literally camp out and do co-op, you know, do strategies that you would use in co-op and see how long I could hold it in solo. I never tried to go far at all in World at War. I really didn't start going far until Black Ops. And I originally, okay, this is what the game plan. For those guys that may not know or have never heard this, I'll tell you how I evolved into a zombie slayer instead of a zombie player. Okay, I was playing Ascension, you know, and Ascension's a pretty easy map. Ascension basically took my high round virginity. It took that vag and took it hard. So I was playing, you know, and I was running the PhD lander. I had not seen any videos on YouTube that the PhD lander was the way to go. It's just, you know, great minds think alike. It was just the easiest place. It was open, and I was going for days. I actually had the upgraded MP5, and like every round I would go down and buy ammo. You know, if I needed ammo, it was there. I didn't need ammo, wasn't an issue. Now, I died the first attempt at 57. And I was running with the MP5, you know, I had the ray gun for extra measures, but the ray gun at 57 does not do that much. So I'm just basically just trying to get headshots with the MP5, and it's taken forever. And, okay, on 57, I get cornered, I die. I'm upset. People, that's on YouTube. The round 57 is actually on my channel somewhere. It's called Epic Fail or something, Ascension Epic Fail. Maybe I'll put that in the link in the description so you can see my zombie noobiness and how it evolved into what it turns out to be. So when I died on 57, and like, I was pretty upset. I was like, damn, dude, you know, well, I played it again the next day, and I had the Thunder Gun. Okay, and I get cornered and stuff like that because, you know, on round 57, you get the MP5, the ray gun. You get cornered, you're fucked. There's nothing you could do about it. Well, I hadn't really discovered the Thunder Gun yet, you know, when I did my round 57 run. Well, then, like, the next attempt, I got the Thunder Gun, and I start getting trapped, and I'm just like, boom, dude, blow them away. And I'm like, oh, my God. Dude, if I'd had that the other day, when I got cornered, I could have got out of that so easy. So that's where it evolved into the Thunder Gun running the train on the PhD lander. I actually didn't even know who Tom was. Actually, about the time I was doing my Ascension, Tom was just now starting to blow up. Tom's a good friend of mine now and everything, but, you know, I did not know who he was. You know, when I started putting this on YouTube, everybody's like, yeah, you're copying Syndicate. It's like, dude, who is Syndicate? My buddy Budweiser X360A, if you guys remember him from my channel a while back, he's kind of cut down on playing now. He's the one that actually linked me to his channel one time on Skype, and that was the very first time I ever seen it. But it was after the round 90 that I did on Ascension. I ended up getting to 90 after 57 with the Thunder Gun, and I always felt like I could do better, so I tried it again. Well, that's how it evolved, guys. I died on 57 running the MP5 and the ray gun, and then the next day, or not the next day, but my next attempt, I had the Thunder Gun, and I seen how easy it was to escape like if you get cornered. I was like, dude, I got this. So I ended up going to 90, and I ended up dying on 90 because I fell asleep, and that was on Machinima Respawn and stuff like that. Well, I tried it again, got to 115, killed myself in a fire trap. Tried it again later on and ended up getting to 151, which was the world record for a little bit. And now the world record is 167 by Slayer Mania, a friend of mine on Xbox. I don't really talk to him. He's from Finland, I believe. But he's a hell of a dude, and I'm so glad that he's got the record back because actually I was going to beat his, relaxing in, beat his before I posted my world record of 148. Then I beat him with 151. So it's kind of good. I enjoyed the fact that Slayer Mania's got the record again. I didn't really want to go for the world record. World records have never been like a big deal to me. But, SGC Barbarian, another friend of mine, was talking me into it the entire time. So I ended up going to 151. I put myself through the misery for you guys. And, dude, it was awesome. It was a hell of a ride. We live streamed it all. And, I mean, it's old news. I'm going to quit talking about it. But that's what got me into the Zombie Slaya and out of the Zombie Playa. And I think that makes sense. I don't know. If it doesn't, you're used to me just rambling on about dumb shit. I don't even know how we got on that subject. I think it was just talking about how the zombies have evolved. And, I'm just running rape trains right here for days, dude. It's pretty simple. Even though it is a Nocturne Totem mod where there's no perk, stuff like that, the hit detection is just so bad that you can run a good open train area for days and still be pretty... I mean, you got to watch it. You can get caught up and get screwed over pretty easily. But see right there, I probably should have got hit. On Black Ops, probably would have got hit there. Maybe right there because it looked like his arm was in my screen. I do get hit every once in a while, but later on in these rounds, you're going to see me. And I was even thinking to myself, dude, I better cut this shit out or I'm going to end up going down. But luckily, I didn't. I got to go down on my own, my own terms. That's the one thing I hate. Whenever I try to do some of these high rounds, like 1,337, elite on Shinonuma, 151 was my goal on Ascension. 69 on Kino. I always want to kill myself on my own terms. I hate it when I die prematurely by a zombie. You know what I mean? I want to reach that goal. I always start with smaller goals. That's my number one thing for you guys. I don't really know why we're going into this discussion in this video, but might as well. The number one tip I can give for you guys that are wanting to go high in zombies, don't set your goal automatically right from the bat as the world record. Okay, say you want to go for 128 on Kino. 127 is now the record on Kino, I think. I don't know. I haven't heard the video. I've only heard. So that's hearsay, but I know for a fact if it's not 127, it's 126. So say if you want to go for the Kino world record, or if you're going to play Kino and you're wanting to go high, don't start off by saying on round one, I'm going for the world record 128, here I come. Don't do that. Say, all right, I want to get to 50 with no downs. Okay, once you get to 50, these are my goals, and I'll just tell you what they are. I'll go to 50 with no downs. 75, once I get to 50 with no downs, because if I get to 50 with a down, I just quit. So I'll think 75 with no downs. I may or may not quit at 75 with one down, but it depends on how I'm feeling. If the down was my fault, we've all been there where you're doing dumb shit like teabagging a dead zombie and then get screwed over and you die, or you go down. If the down is my fault and not necessarily just me screwing up, then I will probably go. But if I get cornered or if I get actually legitly put down because I was outsmarted by the zombies, I may start over. So my second goal would be 75 with one down, may or may not start. If I can get to 100 with one down or less, I will always continue. And then from there, I always work up 10 rounds. So 100 to 110, 110 to 120, 120 to 130, and so on and so forth. Don't start off on the major goal of the world record, because more times than not, and I'm not saying every time, and I'm not saying at all, but it's a lot easier to accept failure on something like round 50 than thinking, because a lot of guys, they set for the world record of 152. And then they'll go down on 130 and not think it's good enough, dude. 130 in zombies is legit, man. Dude, I would be posting that. But they had the goal in mind of 153 or, beyond the world record, and they have it in their mind that they failed and they don't think it's good enough. And it is good enough, man. Around 50 or over 50 on zombies is legit, dude. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of if you're getting over around 50. If you're getting into the 3-digit rounds, like 100 plus, dude, I'll be posting that shit for days, dude. There ain't nothing to be wrong with over 100. But everybody feels like they failed because they automatically think big and they want to get that world record. I mean, there's nothing wrong with thinking big, but set your goals a little bit lower and you're going to come out in the end a lot happier than with what you've done. Because to be honest, man, these 3-digit runs, 100 to 150, dude, it takes time. You really have to be devoted and you really have to be in the right mindset. And if you're thinking big and then you fail, it's a major letdown to know you played zombies for that week straight, 2 weeks straight, and did not meet your goal. So set small, be happy with what you do, and in the end, it's going to make you proud of what you're posting on YouTube. But this is going to wrap up this episode, guys. Sorry we ended up getting off topic of the Christmas spirit, but I don't know, we just went there. But if you enjoyed this, please remember to rate, subscribe, and stay tuned very shortly for episode 3 of my Christmas special. Peace.